So you are welcome to this webinar on how to use Google Classroom. This webinar is presented courtesy Shadland Tutors, and my name is Celestine Nemeka. I'll be your facilitator for today. So we are going to move as fast as possible so that we can cover good grounds and finish this webinar in a very short while. So we are going to start off immediately. We can't wait anymore. So first, we are going to look at the objectives, okay? The objectives of this webinar, at the end of this webinar, the things that you should be able to do. So first, you'll be able to understand what Google Classroom is and how it fits into virtual and blended teaching. So you can use you can use Google Classroom for your virtual teaching, and you can use it for a blend of virtual and on-site teaching. So you'll be able to set up a class correctly from the first click, from scratch. So you don't even need to know how to use Google Classroom. So we're going to take it off from scratch today. So confidently create, distribute, and grade assignments, quizzes, and questions. This part might not be covered today. This is actually for a more intense seminar. Because of the time we've got, we might not do grading today. So use Google Drive, Docs, and Forms as an integrated part of the classroom flow. Then communicate effectively with students and guidance through classroom tools. Understand the students' experience, because as a teacher, you should be able to tell what the students are seeing. It's one thing to send an assignment, it's one thing to send information, it's another thing to understand how your students see and understand these issues. And you should be able to anticipate and troubleshoot common issues. Then apply best practices that keep classes organized, students engaged over a full term. So these are the expected outcome for the training. So what is Google Classroom? Google Classroom is a free web-based platform. It is free. It is free. You don't pay for it. There is a paid version. That is if you want to run it as a school. That one has its own perks. But most of the things that you will need for a small lesson group, for a small system, it's entirely free. Okay? Web-based platform from Google that helps teachers to create, distribute, and grade assignments while giving students one central place to see their work, deadlines, and feedback. The advantages cannot be overemphasized. So let's look at the benefits of Google Classroom for teachers. First, it saves time. Assignments, materials, and grades are organized automatically. The classroom setup will organize them automatically without printing or manual filing or going about for photocopies. All those paper education is gradually fading away for more of digital learning systems. So secondly, centralized communication. Announcements, comments, and questions are all live in one stream. So no student will say that he or she didn't hear what the teacher said or misunderstand what the teacher said. Here, they can always go back to their class and see the announcements as it is. Then automatic organization. Classroom creates a drive folder for every class and every assignment automatically, as we are going to see today. So it has a built-in grading tools, a grade book, rubrics, and originality reports are available at no extra cost. For the originality reports, you will be able to check if your students, for plagiarism, that's what I mean now. For plagiarism, you're going to see if your student just copied something verbatim or two of your students actually copied the same thing. You can just subject their answers to originality reports, and you will see clearly that they copied each other to even to the percentage that they copied each other. Works across devices. You can use it on your tablet, your phone, your laptop, no restrictions. No restrictions. You'll be able to do pretty much everything using your phone as well as your laptop. Then it has reusable content. Whole posts, quizzes, and even entire classes can be copied and reused term after term. So it saves you the trouble of having to rewrite lesson plans again, having to rewrite lesson notes again, you understand? Always writing and writing and writing. You have these things already packaged in the system. And when they're in the system, you can always reuse them. So that's one of the very important advantages of use of Google Classroom. So let's quickly look at the requirements real quick before we start up from scratch. Now, what are the requirements for starting up the Google Classroom? You'll need a Google account. You will need a Google account. So if you have a Gmail, account, then you already have a Google account, because that Gmail account has already set you up for a Google account. It's the same account you use for all the Google apps. So a stable internet connection, very important. A device, and this device can be a laptop or a desktop. It can be a tablet, so that you don't feel there are restrictions. It can be a tablet or even a smartphone. All right. It can also be a smartphone. Then the Google Classroom app installed. Usually it's better to work with the app than the web form, but whichever one, they'll all serve. It's just for convenience. So now we are going to quickly go into the classroom, setting up the Google Classroom itself. So I will stop share here. So you're all welcome once more. So we are going to go into the setting up of the Google Classroom so that you will see how it functions. Okay, so to set up the Google Classroom, we will need to we'll need to log into Google. So sorry, just a moment there. I'm trying to share my screen again. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, I believe you can all see this. I believe everyone can see this clearly. Let me move this control bar a little. Okay, so the first step, first things first, you just log into your Google, you just go into Google Classroom, you type classroom.google. Okay, you type classroom.google, that's one option. All right. Then another option, that's the reason why I prefer using Chrome browser. I prefer using Chrome browser for this. You can just come to this corner, you come to these 9 dots here. If you click on it, you're going to see all the available, that's if you're using your browser now. If you're using a desktop or a laptop rather. So you're going to see all the available Google apps. So you scroll down to find Classroom. You can see Classroom here. That's the icon there. So you click on it. So, and this is because I already have a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you can set up a Google account. That's free and it's not difficult to do at all. So when you come in here as a new person into the Google Classroom, you do not have a Google Classroom account, you've not used Google Classroom before, you're going to see something like this. So it's just going to be blank. Then you pay attention to this plus up here. If you tap on this plus up here, you're going to see join class or create class. These are the two ways you use Google Classroom. You're going to join class if you are invited to a class. That means you've been given either a link to join the class or you have given the class, you have been given the class code, because every class has a code. So you use the class code, it's just like a password to enter the class. Or you create a class. So since it's training for teachers, we'll be creating class. Down here, you're also going to see create class and join class. You can use any of them. So since we are creating class today, I'm going to tap on create class. Then you're going to see some information from Google about if you're using it for school. Just click on it, then continue. Now, it's going to bring you here. So the first thing you are going to do is to create the class. So I want to call this class, what should I call it? Let's call this class webinar. Okay, let's just call it webinar. Okay, now the name of your class really matters, because later on you are going to see where it will appear. All right, you're going to see where it's going to appear. Then the section, you're also going to see how we use section. Here, section can be, let's say, SS2. It can be SS3. It can be class, all right? Or you can just make the section 2026, 2027. That's session though, but you are calling it section here. And that is because different schools use that section part. They use different information for that part. So whatever works for you, depending on how you want to design your Google Classroom, you can edit that as, let me say, teachers. So I'm going to use teachers as my section. So these two, class name and section, are going to appear on top of your class tab. When we finish setting it up, you're going to see what I mean. The level, you can choose any level. You can choose, let's say SS3, that would be year 12. So let me choose year 12. Subject, you put in your subject. The room is not so much in use now. All right, it's not so much in use now, but it's still there. So so many schools will want to use it to classify their classes in different ways. So we just tap on create down there. You're going to see create. So when we create our class, the class is going to appear like this. Now, this is our class. Our class has been created, and I want you to pay attention to some details of this class. There are 4 parts of this class you need to know how to take care of. We are going to deal with the stream. We are going to deal with the classwork, and we are going to deal with people. I'm going to explain what each of these mean so that you will use it effectively when you need to. So, sorry, just a minute there. So we have signed in, and we have created a class. Now, this part, look at what we are looking at. This is stream. This stream is the first thing your students see when they come in, and you are going to decide what is going to be on the stream. Okay, you are going to decide what is going to be on the stream. Now, stream usually can be just for announcements. Some other people will want their assignments to appear there. But usually, I wouldn't advise that because it makes the stream look so cluttered, you know? So it's best you leave your stream for announcements so that when your students come in, they will see announcements and other information there. So, if you look down here, like I said, I told you that this name of the class is going to come out here. Then the section is going to come out here. Now, how your class will appear, how the tile will appear, sometimes you'll want to make it professional, right? Sometimes you want to make it professional. You want to customize it. That is one of the things that ChatGPT can do for you. Tell it to design a banner tile or a title image for your Google Classroom, and it's going to do that. So I'll want to customize this. I want to customize this, the appearance. So I'll click on this place. You click here. It brings you here where you're going to either choose the several images they have, or you upload yours. Now I could go to upload. If I go to upload, to bring me here to browse where I want to upload from, of course, from your system, So if I click on browse, it's going to open my file manager. So it brings me here. So, well, I teach chemistry, so I might just want to use this. Let me choose this. I don't have anything for the training, so so that is it. So I would like this thing to look like this. For Shadland tutors who want it to be colorful, I want it to appear professional in this manner. Then you click on, once you crop it this way, how you want it to appear, then you click on done. Now, I noticed earlier on that it has not been uploading. I don't know why, but let me see if it's going to do it now. Okay, it has done it. It has done it now, so I'll just click on save. If you click on save, that initial banner you saw at the top there is going to change. Now, this is the new appearance. This is the new appearance. Isn't this wonderful? So this is more colorful, more professional. And the reason why you need to make your own unique is because some of the students you might be teaching privately are also using Google Classrooms for other lessons or for their schools. And if they are using Google Classroom for their schools, it means that your school might just be looking like theirs and they might be mistaking them. So you may want to make your own little bit unique. So let's go down to what other things we have here. Here we have the class code. Now, I need everybody that is here to go into, this is the task for you now. I'm going to give like 2 or 3 minutes for this. You're going to move away from Zoom now. I hope everybody can hear me. You're going to move away from Zoom, right? Then you will go to your browser. I advise you use Chrome. Chrome makes it easier for you actually, but of course you can use any browser. Go to your browser, enter classroom.google.com. classroom.google.com. It's going to ask you to log in with your Google account, so go ahead and do that. Now, the reason why we are doing this is because I want you to join as students. Because when you join as students, and I'm showing you what I'm doing as a teacher, you will be seeing, as students, you'll be seeing what your students will be seeing. You see, that's the reason why this training is like a two-way training. I'll be showing you what you are supposed to be doing as a teacher, right? Then you, because you are coming in, I'm going to show you the class code. This is the class code. If I tap here, it's going to display, it's going to be very bold. So that is that. It is not case sensitive. It is not case sensitive, but make sure you don't put any space anywhere. All right. There is only one letter there, only one number there, 5. All the remaining are letters. It's usually alphanumeric. So take 3 minutes. You're going to enter class now. If I have 2 or 3 students, I'll just go ahead with it. But I expect every one of you that actually want to use this Google Classroom properly to join the class. When you join the class, you will see how your students see what you send. It is very important for you to see what your students see. Because if you don't see it, you might think you have submitted an assignment. You won't know that the students haven't even seen any assignment. All right? So it's important that you know how to do things right. Then you also see how it appears with the students. So I want to assume at this point that everybody has copied this code. If you are still trying to open your browser or you are still trying to get it out, I'll advise you pick a pencil or pen and paper and copy the code out. so that you can, of course, always join eventually. So that is for the code. That is for the code. So it is only the people with this code that can enter your class. So there are different ways you can invite students. There are different ways you can invite students. You can either send them this code to join the class, or you send them a link to join the class, or you go to people. Let me show you this. Let me show you something here. Look at the 3 dots beside the code. You can copy class invite link. If you copy class invite link, you can send it to the students via WhatsApp. You can send it via email. You can just send it even by text message. You can send it to them. As long as they are internet enabled, their device will be able to enter into your Google class as students. Remember, as students, not as teachers. They are coming in as students, because what the teacher sees and what the students see are 2 different things. They are 2 different things, and we are going to discuss all of them today. So while we are hoping that others are joining, I want us to quickly, okay, the other way you can invite students is if you look at these 4 tiles here. There is stream, there is classwork. Classwork is the powerhouse. We are going to go into classwork. Then there is people. You click on people. If you click on people now, I have clicked on people, and from these people, I can see that only 1 person has joined this class, right? I have seen here now that only 1 person, you can see the person here. That person is Patrick Ilya. Patrick, don't mind me, I can't gather myself to pronounce. That's Umbugutsa. Yeah, Umbugutsa. I think this man is from Borno State or thereabouts. Yeah, so Patrick Umbugutsa Ilya has joined, right? If other students join, we are going to see them here. If other people join, we are going to see them here. So I'm encouraging you to join, because all the assignments, even the link, even the materials you are going to use for tomorrow's class, it is in this class that I'm going to post it. So if you are delaying, waiting for let others join you are not interested, or you are still wasting time, you might not be able to participate fully in tomorrow's class. Like I said, yeah, okay, we have more people joining now. I refreshed, and I can see that we now have 4 students join. So for the benefit of those that probably came late, I'm going to show the class code again. All you need to do is, when you go to Google Classroom, I told you there's either create class or join class. What you are going to do is join class. You are going to click on join class. Students join class. Teachers create class. So if you are creating class, you are creating the class as a teacher. Then you invite students to join. Students join class. So what the students see, like I said before, and what the teachers see and can do they are different. Okay, so that's the code again. Copy that code real quick. So let us continue. We can't wait any longer. So now I have students in my class. Down here, you are going to see upcoming. If I give an assignment, or I give a quiz, especially assignments, actually, assignments that is supposed to be submitted later, maybe in 2 days, or in 1 week, or in 2 weeks. It's going to appear here for the students when the assignment is close at hand. That's when the time for submission is near. It's going to appear here as a reminder for the students to know that the time for submission of your assignment is coming close, so that they can quickly deal with it and move on. Now, your stream, this is where you enter your announcement. So let me enter an announcement so that my students that are already in class will see, you will see how your students see the announcement now. So I want to enter my first announcement. Yeah, It says, announce something to your class. So I want to say, welcome you all to this seminar. I hope it enriches your teaching prowess. Well, that is that. So now, I have written the announcement. This announcement, when you are writing an announcement, you can choose that the announcement goes to all the students. We are going to practice that. Look at this. It says all students. Now, by all students, everybody here, I have 5 students in this class. By all students, it means everybody here is going to get the announcement. So, if I do not want a particular student, or it's announcement for a certain group of students, maybe 1 student or 2 students I want to announce something to, I will pick only those students. So I'm clicking out Amina Idris. I'm clicking out Eze Onyebuchi Ngozi. I'm clicking out Onyebuchi Nkemdirim. It means that only Patrick, Ilya, and Stanley will get this announcement. But no, I want everybody to get it because I want you all to see. So I just want to demonstrate so that you see that you can send an announcement that a few students will get, and you can send the announcement for every of your students to see. So this announcement is for everybody. So then the next thing is post. Now, beside the post, you are going to see a small triangle there, a small arrow there. You click on it. Now, it has 3 options there: to post immediately, to schedule it. That means you want the announcement to come later. Maybe you want to remind the students a day before their due date for assignment. Maybe the announcement is actually a reminder. So you can schedule the announcement to come a day before the final day for submitting the assignment. That means you schedule. That's what this schedule does. Then if you are not sure, you don't have, maybe you want to come back to the announcement later, you don't have complete information, maybe there's something else you want to add but you are not sure of, so you may just save it as draft. Later on, you will come to it. But no, this one is complete, so I want to post. So I'm posting the announcement, and everybody is going to, all my students now will see this announcement in their timeline. Now, if you do not see it, I need to refresh your page. If you refresh your page, you will most definitely see it. So just a minute. Let me just adjust something here. Okay. So initially, I didn't allow participants to unmute themselves because in our last training, we had quite a number of episodes. Yeah, we had interruptions. So that's why I am, but now it's open. So in case you want to quickly ask a question, you can just take permission. I'll pause you, ask your question, then we'll continue. But I advise that you hold the question till I say it's time to, okay, Miss Temi Tokbe is raising her hand. Temi Tokbe, please, you can unmute yourself and ask your question now.
Good evening, sir. I said I've not been
Yeah,
accepted on into the Google Classroom.
you have not been accepted.
Yes, I think.
No, you don't need any acceptance if you are using the code I gave. Are you using the code? This is the code here. Can you see it?
Yes, I've used it.
It doesn't need any acceptance. That code
Okay,
is
but
your access.
how can I be on this place and still be on that place at the same time?
You are using your phone, I guess, yeah?
No, I was using my laptop earlier.
Which one are you using right now?
I'm using both.
Okay, you're using both for this Zoom.
I'm using the Zoom on my phone, and I am using the laptop for the classroom.
Well, that's super fine. That means what you are doing on that, you're entering the Google Classroom with your laptop.
Yes, yes, that's what I did.
Okay, so tell me what you're seeing.
I can see okay, I can see somebody commented just now. Thanks for the initiative, we were glad.
No,
I
what
can
I
see
mean
the
is,
Shadeland tutor. And I can see the chemistry logo. That's all I could see. Okay, just like this. That's all.
no, that's not what, okay, you are seeing the chemistry logo.
Yes.
That's, you are in class already.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's what I
Yeah,
just
you are
wanted
in
to check.
class. If you are seeing the chemistry logo, you are already in class. All
Okay,
right.
so
Can you see this announcement? This announcement, welcome.
yes, I can see it. Yes, I can see it.
You're in class already.
But how can I be on the Zoom and still be on this place seeing it? That's what I'm asking.
But you are using two different devices, isn't it?
Do I have to use two different devices or have to use one?
No, you can use your phone for the Zoom now. Then if I ask you to do something, you just do it on your
Do
laptop.
it on the laptop. All right, no problem, sir. Thank you, sir. That's what I wanted to confirm.
All right, you're welcome. Then if you are
Okay,
using
good
your phone
evening,
for
sir. I
the
wanted
two,
to ask a question.
okay, do ask, please.
Please,
Your
I
name, please. Your
entered
name,
the.
please. Your name,
I'm
please.
love it. I'm love it.
Don't mind me. How will I not know your voice? Yes, go on, please.
Okay, I entered this Google Classroom through Chrome, and I
Okay.
saw the one that I created as of 220 when we used it to teach students.
Okay, back then. Okay. Okay.
Yes, so
Okay.
I don't know how to
Now, did you
join
see
this
a
link.
plus? Did you see a plus somewhere up?
No, I just saw three dots there, but I can't. When I clicked on it, it was asking for feedback or something.
No, you go see what you're going to do. You go home. Look at what I'm going to do. Are you using laptop or phone?
I'm using phone.
You're using phone. Okay,
Yes,
just
sir.
make sure you are at home. You're at home like this, where you'll be seeing the tile like this. It will appear like this. Or if you
I'm not
go
seeing
home,
it. Hmm.
can you see it?
I'm just seeing the three classes that I created then.
Check somewhere you're going to see plus, either up or down.
Okay. Plus. There's no plus here.
There will be plus somewhere. Check very well. I'm very sure of that.
Okay. On this thing, I just went to home and I'm seeing classes, calendar, notification, teaching. That is the classes that I created: SS3, SS2, SS1, biology, offline files, archived,
Okay, I'm
classroom
going to log
folders.
in with my phone. I'm going to log in with my phone right now so that
Okay.
I'll see exactly what you're seeing. Just a minute. Please be patient, all the others, because as we are answering one person's question, we are answering other people's questions too. Okay. Okay. Just a moment, I'll be with you shortly. Okay, now there's, you know what we call this burger icon. You know this sandwich icon, this one. Can you see
Let me
it?
get back to you. Where?
The three lines, the three horizontal lines.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, tap on the three horizontal lines.
Okay.
Have you tapped on it?
Yes, sir.
Then tap on home. Home. You see home. That's the first thing you see there. Tap on home.
What I'm seeing is classes.
Sorry?
What I'm seeing is classes.
Classes. No, you should see home.
Mm, I'm not seeing any
Classes.
home
Okay,
here.
you are seeing the classes you created before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On top of it, you see a plus sign. There's a plus there. I'm looking at it. There is a plus like this by top right corner. I don't know if anybody else is seeing it. Hello, I
I'm
just
not
want
seeing it.
confirmation from one or two other people that are seeing the plus I'm talking about. If you go home where you are seeing the class tiles, you see the old class tiles you had before, you see a plus sign somewhere. Where you
Yes,
tap, you
yes,
see
it's
join
there.
class or create class.
Yes, it's there.
I'm not
Beside the
seeing any.
multiple logos, at the side of your logo.
Yeah.
As beside the multiple dot that has Google Apps, that's where the plus sign
Yeah,
is.
if you're using Chrome, you're going, you know where those 9 dots are. Auntie Lovett, are you seeing these 9 dots?
So I can't see anything. I'm
Are you seeing
just
these
seeing
9 dots?
the
Are you seeing
lines,
this?
but yeah,
You're seeing the 9 dots, but you're not
no.
seeing this plus.
I use the I'm using the app. It's through the
Okay,
app.
somebody is saying you should tap
Do
on
you
the
understand what I'm
classes before
saying?
seeing the plus sign.
I downloaded
Hold on.
the app.
Okay, it's the app you went to. No, I said you should use your browser. Use your browser,
I
please.
used my browser and I
Uh-huh.
entered my email. That's
Uh-huh.
my Google account, and it
And it
went
took you to the
and
app.
to the app.
Okay. Okay.
I think she should first of all click on the class, webinar class. Because if you
No,
enter,
she'll
it will
have to
give you
see
all
it. She has not even seen it at all. She's not even seeing it at all.
she's not
Since
seeing the
she's
plus
using the
sign.
app, let her press on the classes. Then if she press classes, she will see the plus sign. I'm also using the app.
Okay, she taps on the classes. Yes, the class,
I
yes,
use the
Auntie.
app.
If you tap on the classes, you see the
Okay.
plus sign, but it will be down. It will
The
be
plus
blue.
sign, the
It will be
plus sign
down.
is blue. Yeah, it's blue, down.
It's blue down. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Browser ne. Ya ce ya amfani da ke ta browser. Ita kuma sai ta je ta yi downloading app.
Are you down there now?
I'm there, but what I can see is stream.
I can't hear you really. Time is going. I want us to finish this real quick. So, Auntie, maybe later on we are going to set your own up. Since you already know how to use the browser, you probably have used it before. This stage is actually for those who haven't used it before. So keep trying, keep looking for that blue plus sign to join the class while we continue. I hope everybody can hear me. Please, you can now mute yourselves so that the class will not be noisy. Okay, so here now, somebody is saying, I can't hear anything. Now, the reason why this person can send this here is probably because, oh, you can't hear anything. Hello?
Here.
I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So
Yes, I
let's,
can.
oh, thank you. So let's continue. So we are still on the stream. On the stream, we have learned how to use the code to, okay,
Hello,
what we are going to
Pastor.
do now is that, hold on, please, hold on. Let's do it this way, okay? I'm going to reach a point, pause. I want it to be interactive. Reach a point, pause, then take your questions. Then we'll forge ahead from there. Otherwise, we are going to stay very long today and we are not going to make progress. So for now, please pencil down your question. If I do not answer it in the course of my discussion, then you can ask it when it's time for questions and answers. So thank you very much. So if you are using the app or you are using Chrome, whichever one, I believe that you should be in class now. Let me join. I want to join too, so that I will see what everybody is seeing. want to join so that I'll see what everybody else is seeing. Okay, so let me enter my class code.
Okay.
Sorry, this is taking a little time. I just want to, so that when somebody is complaining, I will know exactly what they are seeing. That's why it's very important you see from the student's point of view. Because if you are not seeing from the student's point of view, sometimes you won't even know where their problem is coming from. So I'm using my other, oh, no. Okay, I'm joining from my other device. Okay, good. Now I'm in class. So let's fire on. So now another thing I want us to pick from this page is you can reset this class. If you want to reset this class, maybe you want to change the name or change the section, you can come here, okay, and re-edit it, okay? But there's no need to re-edit now, so let's go back to this. Then what does these 3 dots do for us? Connects to Google Calendar, Class Drive, and all that. And you can access your Class Drive from here. That means all your assignments, the ones you are sent, that is sent to you that you download, the ones you submit, all of them will be in your Google Drive for the class. So that is that for here. So I want us to quickly look at something here. Now, let's look at this main menu. Here we have home, calendar. To view, we have the webinar for teachers. That's the class we have. So if you have many classes, you're going to see all the classes there. Okay. Then here, archive class. Assuming you don't want to be seeing this class again, you're done with this class, you can archive the class. If you archive the class, you can still reuse the materials in the class, but you can't edit things in the class because the class will not be readily available for you to use, okay? So you can archive class and you can, again, go to these settings. Now, I want us to look at these settings. This setting here is to be sure that it's your profile. It's very important you enter these settings. The reason why it's good to enter these settings is to be sure that it's the account you are supposed to use that you are using for it. There are some people that have accounts for Google Classroom for their institution, for their school, and they have their own personal Google Classroom. So you might be using your Google Classroom to send something and you think you have sent an information, not knowing that you have not even sent the information. You are using a different account. So just cross-check here that it is your account. Then again, notification, email notification. You choose whether you want to get email. Now, what the email notification does is that if your students submit assignment, you are going to get it. If your students comment on your announcement or anything, you're going to get it. Okay, so you're going to get all these information. So personally, is going to send a barrage of information because we deal with a lot of students. So I want to toggle it off. But if you don't mind, if you don't have plenty of students, so you can leave it on. But for me, I want it off just for you to know that it is there. So from here, we'll go back home. Now, when we go back home like this, we are going to see several tiles. We are going to see tiles of all our classes. Here we are seeing only one because I have only one class. So I'm going to open the class again. And I want us to quickly, real quick, enter classwork. Now, this is where the real deal is. This is where you give your students assignments, you give them quiz, you send them materials, you send them videos, you send them a lot of information. All the information that you are going to send to your students for assessment and for study, this is where you are going to put them. You can even send a link to voice audio. You can send a link to your YouTube video. In Shadeland Tutors, what we will do is we are going to paste a link for every class. So after every class, we are going to put a link for the students there so that they can rewatch the class. Okay, a student that wasn't in the class can always rewatch the class at a more convenient time, and they will have the notes, they'll have the slides, then they'll have their quiz, and every topic will come with its quiz. So here under classwork, remember it was stream we were dealing with. The stream I told you is what the students will see. Here is classwork. So you are going to see a plus sign there. As a teacher, not as students now. As a teacher, you're going to see the plus sign there. You tap on create. Now, this create comes with a couple of options. You are creating an assignment, a quiz assignment. This quiz assignment is one we are going to do tomorrow, but we are going to start it up just a little bit today. Quiz assignment means you are using Google Forms. No, you can use any other thing, but this one comes with pre-placed Google form that you can use to set up your assignment. And of course, if you set it up right, like we're going to learn tomorrow, you will not need to mark. You just set it up, put the answers, and even if you have 1,000 students or 10,000 students, all of them will answer and it's going to mark them all. Then, question. Here you can just ask question directly. All right, a simple question, a 1-sentence or 2-sentence question. You can ask a question there, or you can upload a material. You can upload a material. So then here, reuse post. For reuse post, if you tap on reuse post, you are trying to use a post you used before. Maybe you used it last session, but you want to use it again for this new session without having to prepare it afresh. A post you've used before, you want to reuse it again. This is what reuse post will do for you. As a matter of fact, you can even reuse a post that you sent to a class that you archived. Because the class is still in your archive, you can still use some of those posts you have there. All right? Then you create a topic. Now, what I usually advise is create a topic first, then put all these materials under the topic. So for our SOP in Shadland Tutors, we are going to create topic. So I'll tap on create topic. I'll name the topic how to use Google Classroom. So how to use Google Classroom. That is the topic. All right. Then I'll click on add topic. Now watch and see how it's going to appear. Now I want you to go for your student's view. For your student's view, you are also going to see classwork. So please go to that classwork. If you go to that classwork, that is where you are going to see all these things that I'm sending now, unless I allow them to appear on stream. If I don't allow them to appear on stream, they will not, then you are going to see them, that's appear on your stream, yeah. If I allow them to appear on your stream, they are going to be there on your stream. So this is a topic, but we haven't added anything to it. Now, I want you to listen to how to create topics, because your Google Classroom can be confusing. It can just be a long string of information, long string of materials with no order. If you want your Google Classroom to be organized, I advise that you create your topic with dates. So I want to recreate this topic. I want to rename it. Instead of just calling it how to use Google Classroom, I want to call it week 1. Week 1. And if possible, I may also add the week. So what's the date? What will be the date on Monday? Today is 25th. Tomorrow is 26th. Monday is 27th. So I'll say 27th to what will be the date on Friday? Oh, let's make it Sunday. 27th to what? Is it 4th or 3rd? Let's just say 27th June. Let's put 27th June to 3rd August.
Senior, you know how much this is? That's 4,000.
Please mute yourself. Oh. So that is that. 27th June to 3rd August. Then rename. Now, what this helps you with and also help your students with is your students will know when you sent that particular assignment. They will know the week they are dealing with, not just the topic. They know the week they are dealing with. So when they are done with the materials for a particular week, they know they are done with that week. If you just keep posting things without topics like that, the students will not know which one they have done, which one they have not done. They might just be missing topics like that. So now I want to create. I have created only 1 week. I can actually create several other weeks, okay, and keep them on drafts. Keep them on draft. But for now, I'm creating only 1 week. So I want to create, I want to post a material. Let me post a material. Now, this material, I'm going to title it, it might be just my topic or a section of my topic. So let me just call it Google Classroom. You are setting up the title of that material you want to send. Here under description, you describe the material. Okay, you may say, read this material thoroughly. It will cover so aspects of our work for this week. Or read this material thoroughly because you're going to write a quiz on it, right? Now, you now upload the material. After the description, you come here to upload the material. You either upload it from your Google Drive. Now, this drive here is Google Drive. Google Drive is where you save your material to cloud. I advise teachers to use this. You can save it on your device, so there is no problem. But you see, if you lose the device, you've lost the material. So it's best you save on cloud. Google gives you 15 gigabytes free. 15 gig free. And you see that this 15 gig will cover a lot of, it will hold heavy materials for you. You understand? Now, that does not mean you should go and upload movies. You understand? But it can hold your documents, your slides, you understand? A whole lot of things for you. So you can upload from your drive. It can be a YouTube video. It can be a YouTube video. All right? It can be, you can create one immediately. Okay? You can create a note immediately, but in all honesty, this is going to waste your time. You understand? Trying to create notes is going to waste your time. You need plenty of time to do that. Or the last one, you can upload from your device. So any of these will work for you. Now, this YouTube video, now, if you want to include a link to a YouTube video. In fact, let me change this. I think I need to do something. Let me change this. Let me change this. I'm going to make it, let me make it a material for how to use, how to prepare Google Forms, how to prepare quiz on Google Forms. So let me make it Google Forms. Okay, so this topic is Google Forms. Under the Google Classroom, this part is Google Forms. So let me go to my drive and find the materials I have on Google Forms. So I have let me see. Okay. Okay, let me just throw in one material here. Let me throw in one material here. This is chemistry. It's unrelated, but it's just for the practice. So immediately you are going to see there. I hope everybody can see this. R canals. I hope you can see the R canals, right? Now, that R canals there, that R canals there is the link to the material. The material is still in my Google Drive, but I have given access. The students can access it. All right. So that is that. Then if I want to, let's say, add a video, Let me add a video on, just a moment now. Let me add a video on how to, sorry, just a minute. I want to get the video link. Let me add a video on how to set your quiz on Google Forms. So, oh no. Sorry, just a minute there. I'm trying to get the link. So, all right. So here, I want to, let's assume that that material I sent there is still about, what do we call it now? It's still about the use of Google Forms, okay? But that is a note, it's just a note. Then we come here, I click here on this, on the YouTube link, tab there, or icon there, and it says I should enter the YouTube URL. So this is where I will paste my YouTube URL. Now, this is why I said everybody should enter this class. I've entered the YouTube URL, and this YouTube URL is how to set your quiz in Google Classroom. How to set your quiz in Google Classroom. So I'll add the video. So I have added material. So at least I've added 2 materials. Now, pay attention to this. If you look up here, you're going to see post. If I post it, the students are going to see it immediately. But if I'm not ready, maybe I still want to look at that material very well, or I still want to edit it, or I want to change it later, then I will save as draft. So I will either post now, schedule it. By schedule, it means that I want the material to come on so day, so time. Can you see it there? If I enter the date and the time, that is when the students will be able to access it. Okay, so that is to schedule. Then you can also save as draft. Save as draft means it is still with you. You are still preparing it. It is not complete, or you can even discard it. So I want to post this one. I want to post, but before I post it, very important, these other things, you need to take note of them. This material you are sending, are you sending to all your students or to a particular set of students? Now, I encourage Shadland tutors to, if you are setting quiz, make 2 sets of quiz, especially if you are teaching group class. Make 2 sets of quiz, even if it's an individual. And the reason is so that if you send the first one and the student did not perform well in that first one, you have a review of those concepts again with the students, then you can send another one. Now, assuming you have a class of 30 students, and out of these 30, 4 failed the first test. Assuming this is a test now. Assuming 4 of them failed the first test. So you may send an announcement. I explained it earlier, how to send announcement to, you pick students. For most of these things, you always see this so that you can choose the people that will see it. You can send an announcement to only these 4 students, telling them that they are going to write another test on so dates, so they should prepare again. They should watch the video again. They should study the material again. They should feel free to ask you direct questions, because on so day, they will write the test again. So only these students will see it. Others will continue as normal, but only these 4 students are going to see that information. So that is the importance of this. So if this information is for everybody, I'll leave it as all students. If it is not for everybody, you see this place? Everybody is here. All my students are here. So anybody I want to remove, maybe I don't want this person to have this information. Maybe this person has it already, okay? Or for some reasons, I don't want this student to have it. I will uncheck the person's name. I mean, this is why your name is coming up first all the time. Is you, I will keep on checking. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to uncheck you. So I want all my students to participate in this. So I'll click all students.
No.
Then I'll come to what do we call it now? Pastor Sunday, please mute yourself, please.
All the visitors are not.
Pastor Sunday, please mute yourself, please. Thank you. So now, this material I sent must go under a topic. That is the only way you are going to get this organized. It must go under a topic. Okay, let me do this again. So nobody can unmute themselves again, so that I won't have to be calling people's names. So you put this assignment under a topic. So this is the topic I've created. But if I don't want it under this topic, I'll put it under a new topic. That means I will create a new topic for it. But no, I have it under this topic, so I want to put it here. So that is that for this. So now if I post this assignment is going to appear under this topic. Now there is an icon I missed down here. You can see it link. Okay, so if there is a link of a document or a material or whatever, something, or even a video link that I want students to watch. Maybe I made a video, but it's not on YouTube. Maybe it's on Vimeo or any other. I can post the link here, and the students will tap on the link and watch the video. So the link, you can post a link here too. So let me post. Now, when I post, you can refresh your own page. You are going to see it there. So I don't know if you are seeing anything in your classwork. As students now, you should be seeing something under your classwork. So if you tap under your classwork, what you are seeing now is what your students are going to see. So let me go to mine. Refresh your page. If you refresh your page, you're going to see it appear under classwork. That means a material has been posted. Okay, the material has been posted. So under that topic, you see the material that was posted. Now, that material I posted is actually a quiz, so don't bother about it. It's a topic in chemistry. Don't bother about it. All right. So I can still post other materials. Okay, but I'll go to create. Now, I've already posted material. What I want to post now is a quiz. I want to post a quiz. So I'll come to quiz assignments. I hope everybody is back to Zoom now. I'll go to quiz assignments, click on quiz assignments. Now, like I said, if you use quiz assignment, Google Classroom will just give you blank quiz. But let's title it first. What did we call it again? Google Forms. Google Forms. That's the title of this quiz. Google Forms quiz. Let me call it Google Forms quiz. Okay, Google Forms quiz. Then you can come in here and put the instructions. Okay, say attempt all questions. Attempt all questions. All right. Then I can click on this blank quiz. It's an option. Or I can come down here and use any of these tools that I've explained before. We've already explained this. It depends on where your quiz is. I'm sure your quiz is not going to be a YouTube video, but you can have your quiz in your drive. Okay, you can have your quiz in your drive. So I have my quiz in my drive already, but I want to open this blank quiz so that you see how it will appear. This is where we are going to start our work from tomorrow. This is where we are going to start our work from tomorrow. You learn how to use it. Okay, you learn how to use it and to set quiz for your students that mark automatically. So, but I have quiz in my phone, so I'll just come to this top place here and click on it. If I click on it, it will bring me to my Google Drive. I just made this particular Google account just for the sake of this training. So it will bring me to my Google Drive. Then I'll look for the quiz. This is the quiz. quiz on use of Google Forms. You can see it here. I customized it. So let me click on it. Now, as Shedland Tutors, we want to customize our work. Okay, we want our things to look a little bit unique, colorful, okay, and all that. So I'm not going to go through all the details here. All right, I'm not going to go through all the details here. Tomorrow we are going to look at that. I can just copy this link. Okay, I can just copy this link, go back to my classroom and post it there. Okay, and just copy this link, go back to my classroom here. You see the space for link. So let's tap on it. It will say enter your link. I'll paste my link, then add link. Now, if I add link, can you see it there? That's quiz on use of Google Classroom, Google Forms rather. So that one is already in my drive. I collected the link from the material and I paste it there. All right. Second option, I can set the quiz afresh. I can set the quiz afresh. The beautiful thing about this quiz is that if you set it, it doesn't go anywhere. It is your property. It is your property. You can keep reusing it again and again for years. Okay? But of course, education is advancing, so you may want to upgrade it and change it from time to time, but it will save you the trouble of having to write all the questions afresh. If I have 1,000 questions here, all the 1,000 questions will remain there for me. Then for grading, we are not going to talk about grading in this session. Grading has its own technicalities. So that one will not be, we won't have time for all those today. So again, you are going to choose the students that are going to see it. In this case, I want it for all my students. Then you are going to put the point 100. I'll leave it at 100. That will be 100%. Then due dates. Due date. Let me deliberately put due date. No, let me leave it. Some people want to do it this night. So let me leave it. So you can go ahead and do it this night. But if you want to put a date, a later day for the students to do it. Sorry, not the day they will do it. That's when they must submit it. No, let me put it. Let me put the due date. Due date will be 26, which is tomorrow. So we've chosen 26. Then I'll put time. Time is optional, but I want to leave it at, no, I'm not going to leave it at 11:55 p.m. because by 11:55 p.m., we are done with our training. So I want to leave it at 4 p.m. So I'm going to leave it at 4 p.m. So by 4 p.m. tomorrow, anybody who does not submit the assignment may not be able to submit depending on what I do here. This is the teacher's view. Now, if I tick this, close submission after due date, it means that any student that does not submit by 4 p.m. tomorrow will not be able to submit. Okay? Will not be able to submit, or the submission will not be assessed. So then down here, you have rubric, but I want to put this assignment under the same topic. So I'll go down there, pick the topic and put it there. So everything is there. Rubric is for the marking guide. If you want to give the rules for the marking, you can also make that rubric visible or accessible to your students. So I will assign. Now, if I assign it, if you go to your own Google Classroom as a student now, you are going to see it. You are going to see it. So refresh. If you refresh that page, you are going to see it there. You are going to see that there's Google Forms quiz, then there's Google Forms. The name of the assignment. This one that we did is Google Forms. The first one is just a material that the Google Forms quiz is the assignment, while the Google Forms is the title of the material that I said. You can even see their icons separately. So now it is down here. If you click on this angle here, it will show you what you have submitted under this topic. So I'm going to rush through this now. So this is about submission, giving assessments, assignments, quiz, question. You can just put a direct question, post material, reuse post. Let me try this reuse post because I have some classes that are archived. I have some classes that are archived. So if I click on reuse post, you see these classes. These are classes that are archived. These 3 classes, I archived them deliberately so that I'll use it to show you here. You see that they weren't appearing on my class list. They are not there because they are archived. So from archived classes, you can still pick material and post. You can still pick material and post. So let's close that. I'm not picking any material. We are done with this. So with this, everybody has learned, I believe, how to create assignments. For tomorrow, we are going to do the quiz using Google Forms, questions, post materials, and reuse earlier post material or posted materials, then how to create topics. Then I want to quickly move to the next one, the next part of this 4. Like I said, we are going to do this 3 today. So let's look at people. Let's look at people. Now, under people, you are going to see 2 categories, teacher and students. Teacher and student. Now, the teacher there is only me, Shedland Tutor. Okay? I'm the only teacher there. But assuming that I am co-teaching with another person. So I want to add somebody. I want to add somebody to co-teach with me. Now, if you want me to let me see, well, I'll do it this way. The first person to send his or her Gmail account onto the chat, I'm going to send the person a request. Then I want you to join so that every other person will see it. What I mean is, send me your Gmail account. I'm just going to pick the first one. Oh, Fatih didn't even wait for me to finish talking. Okay, Fatih, thank you for the fast finger you've got there. So I'm copying Fatih's Gmail. So I'll put Fatih's Gmail here. I'll put Fatih's Gmail here. Control V. So that's Fatih's Gmail there. Then down here, you see the invite. So if I invite Fatih, Fatih is going to get an email. You see now, it's showing invited, but it is gray, meaning that she's not active yet. Fatih will have to go to her email, open the mail, and accept the invitation. If she does not accept the invitation, she cannot come in here and she cannot co-teach with me. Right? She cannot come in here and she cannot co-teach with me. Now, if Fatih accepts the invitation, in as much as she is a teacher with me, her access to this Google Classroom is limited. For example, she cannot delete classes. She can add posts, she can post anything, but she cannot delete a class. Okay? She cannot retrieve a class that I archived. So her access is limited, but she's going to do everything I can do based on teaching. So Fatih, I'm waiting for you. If you have accepted, let me refresh. Okay, let me refresh and see. Maybe she has accepted. Yeah, that is her. Temitope Famorio Adeko. Famorio Adeko. So Temitope is now a co-teacher with me. What that means is that I can tell Temitope now to go to that Google Classroom. Now, when you go there, you're going to see yourself as you're going to see under the classroom where you are a teacher. You're going to see it up here where you are teaching. Then under it somewhere, you're going to see enrolled. The one you see under enrolled is the one you joined as a student. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So if you are a teacher, you have your own Google Classroom, or you are co-teaching with a Google Classroom, you are going to see your classes listed up here. Then down somewhere, you are going to see enrolled. Under the enrolled, you are going to see the class where you are a student. So you see what you will be seeing in these 2 sections will be different. What you'll be able to do in these 2 sections will be different. So Fatih, I don't know if you have seen that. You can mute yourself and tell us briefly. Oh, sorry. I stopped participants from I stopped participants from unmuting themselves. Okay. Fatty, you can unmute yourself now.
All right, sir.
Temitope, sorry, not Fatty. Temitope. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
That's fine. Well done, sir.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
so I've been able to, yes, like you said, I was on the page, but I
Okay.
didn't see enroll. I
You didn't
saw
see
the
a row.
web.
Okay, refresh it. Refresh it.
Yeah, I've
You
done
know where
that.
you see it? These three icons. Can you see them?
Okay, the three icons. Okay.
Yeah, tap on them. That's where you see it.
Yes, I've tapped on the three icons. It's not there. I didn't see a row.
You didn't see? Okay, that means this is not the account you used to enter as a student.
This is it.
Is it this same account?
Yes, sir.
And if it is this same account, you're supposed to see your, or unless it has removed you, it has promoted you from the status of enrollment to now the status of being a teacher. I think that is what has happened there.
Okay, maybe.
Do you understand what I mean? But ordinarily, if you are, of course, I was talking about you being a student in a different Google Classroom and being a teacher in a different Google Classroom, then you are going to see them all here. Of course, you are not going to be both teacher and student in one classroom. Yeah, so it has upgraded you from enrolled as a student to teacher level. That's why you are not seeing the enrolled. Okay?
Okay.
But if you use a different account and you enter your classroom, what do we call it?
Code.
App. Okay, Google Classroom app or your classroom, or even on the web. If you tap on that place, we are going to see where you enrolled as a student and where you are a teacher or co-teacher, as the case may be. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So you're welcome. So that is that. So now that is to add a co-teacher. So finally, we are going to look at how to add students. I have said it earlier before, but I want to go through it again. You have up to 4 different ways of adding students. Okay? But we are going to talk about 3, which is the most common one and easiest one. So number 1, to add students, let me go back home. Oh, sorry. To add students, you can come to this stream here. You see this code. Okay? So you can copy this code and send it to the students. That's the code there. Okay? You can copy this code out or you can screenshot it and send to your students as their invite code, right? Then, second option, you can use an invitation link. So copy class invitation link or copy class code. So whichever one, copy class invite link. Are we together? If you copy the class link, you can now send it to their email or send it to them via WhatsApp. Maybe you have a WhatsApp group for your students, right? Now, look at this third item here. It says reset class code, assuming that you are now beginning to have students badging in and you don't know these people. These are not, they are not your students. And maybe your student has shared the code with them and they just badge into it. You can remove them. And when you remove them, you can now reset your code. Now, pay attention to the code. You are going to see it reset. You can now reset the class code. The code is going to change. Can you see that the code has changed? Now, it's not what it was before. Now, that means even if your students sent that old code, it cannot give anybody access to this class. It will not remove your students, but it will not allow them use that code again. So let's go back to people. So I've told you the 2 different ways. The other one is to come here and add student. Look at this icon here. Let me bring it up. Here, you can see I have 16 students here. So if I want to add a new student, I can tap on this icon. Now, if I type on it, it will ask me to either copy the link and send to the students, or if the only thing I have, the only information, maybe I don't have the student's WhatsApp number, the only thing I have about the student is the student's email. I can just enter the student's Gmail there. It has to be a Gmail, of course. I can just enter the student's Gmail here. It can be, I think it will go through any email, okay, but they need a Gmail to log into Google Classroom. So of course, you just enter the Gmail here. If I enter Fatih's Gmail here again, Control V. Okay, if I enter Fatih's Gmail here, I can now send it. Now, notice something. I don't know. Now I think I understand why that thing didn't show. Notice that the invite didn't light up. And that is because Fatih is already a teacher here. So you cannot be a teacher and be a student. Or if you're already here as a student, it won't come up. But if I use, okay, let me use a different account. If I invite, so I'm inviting steamboat@gmail.com. So invite. Now, whoever has that email, actually that's my email, is going to get an invitation to join as a student, not a teacher, to join as a student. So once they tap on it, that link actually takes care of the code. It has the code embedded in it, so it brings them straight to Google Classroom. So this is it for now. Like I said, we are not going to do the grading today. So I don't know if anybody has a question. Please, I want to